Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome to another alternative factuals video. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to like, share, and of course subscribe and leave a comment down below. And today's video is going to be something I'm going to be trying to do a little bit more frequently since Game of Thrones is definitely coming back. So I'm going to do a series called The Most Overpowered People in Game of Thrones, and this video is going to be about Arya Stark in particular. Now, for those of you who've been the OG followers or subscribers from the channel, I did do a couple Game of Thrones videos when I first started, and that was when the video quality wasn't that well, and I was kind of still trying to figure out this YouTube thing, and before I can figure out the format. Even this video, the format is going to be very different. I'm going to start doing videos like this in this kind of format in terms of what you see on the screen with the background and the moving pictures. But anyways, let's keep this moving. Now, as you already know, Arya Stark is one of the most prominent characters in Game of Thrones simply because she comes from the family Stark, as well as her sister Sansa, who is also the princess of Winterfell, and she has a stepbrother, whatever you want to call it, Jon Snow, and a bunch of other family members that you probably already know if you're watching this video so far. Now, this video is not to be super long or even compared to like the usual length of other videos, but for the most part, I'm going to be going over her abilities / skills that she is going to bring into the world of Westeros. So even before she left Winterfell, Arya showed promising skills, and she had pursuits such as archery and being able to hit targets from a pretty good distance in terms of being far away from them. But also she did receive some form of training from Syrio Forel and later from the Faceless Men. And this is when her kind of abilities or her skill set kind of really increased. Now, she's always been a favorite character of mine because she was a lot more resourceful and she was a lot more strong in terms of her personality, and her will was very much there. Unlike her sister Sansa, eventually you come to like her by the time we get to season 7, but for the most part, she spent most of the series as a whole just trying to figure out what to do, and she was just so inconsistent. She was weak emotionally. She let people take advantage of her, and she did not have the strength of character to do what Arya was actually doing. She actually endured some pretty interesting torture, some pain, and she learned different skills, and she learned how to do things that she knew she needed to do in order for her to make it in that cruel world of Westeros. Now, like I said, what really launched her forward is, like I said, the training with the Faceless Men. Now, we do know overall the man is no one, or nobody, whatever you want to call him. He was someone who trained her for an extended period of time, taught her how to fight without using one of her primary senses, which is seeing. And that's a means in which a lot of people like myself cannot do because we are so reliant on our vision. So that was definitely something very interesting overall as a series, which is why I liked her as a character. Now, after she finished this training, the first thing she actually went to do, one of the first things she wanted to do was go basically to Winterfell, and once she found out that there was people there. But also what made this interesting is the simple fact that when she actually left the training and she went to go kind of do her own thing and kind of wanted to claim her identity back and kind of still use the training that the Faceless Man gave her, she also went to kind of go down this list, and this list logically contained information of people who committed crimes against her and her family. And one of the first people she actually killed was Walder Frey. Now remember, Walder Frey was responsible for the death of her mother, as well as her older brother, as well as her older brother's future child and wife. So he invited them over, Walder Frey, and then that was more, I believe season 2. And then she went directly after him, straight for his throat, killed him, slit his throat, took his face, and then she threw this party in season 7 to impersonate Walder Frey. And she threw this whole feast in the honor, and then she made everyone who she knew was responsible kill themselves, basically by giving them poison wine. And after that, Arya reveals herself after poisoning the sons of the House of Frey, and that's kind of what launched her forward. She literally toppled the whole kingdom, literally, overnight. And in some cases, I wouldn't even say overnight, literally in about a couple hours. So that's what kind of makes this very interesting. She literally has the ability to take over kingdoms with little to no effort, and she didn't even really had to do much. She killed one person, impersonated one guy, and can take out hundreds and hundreds of people, whether directly or indirectly, simply because of her skill set and being trained of the Faceless Men. Like I said, this video is not supposed to be super long or anything like that, so let me know what you think about Arya Stark down below, or what's your favorite feats in terms of what she's done over the course of the 7 and as well as future 8 seasons. What do you expect her to do? What do you think her role is going to be in the future? And if you're new to the channel, please be sure to like, share, and of course subscribe and leave a comment down below, and I hope to see you later on. Peace out.